very proud to announce that the winner of the 2011 Australian Capital Territory Nokia Business Innovation Award winner is my very good friend, Barbara Reid.
Last night we went to the Network Award and several times we were told to bring a speech. Don't come without it, have several. Didn't think that I'd get to use them today. The other one was to bring a hanky. And for me, unfortunately, at my age, it now means that I almost have to have the glasses, which I'm devastated to tell you that I'm going to have to put on and read it. I'd like to say thank you to Nokia and the Telstra Business Award people for the nomination. My co-finalist, who I can see down the back, I read her brief and everybody else's brief, and her brief, it was just absolutely amazing. So I can't quite believe that I'm standing here, to be honest with you. I'll just get this out and see if I can actually see it. It is an honour to receive the award, and I'm one of, obviously today, many people are nominated, and after reading all the biographies last night, I actually went home and thought that very much I paled into comparison. It's really exciting to win this award. It's recognition of the work that I've done and enjoyed immensely over 29 years, not just for the work that I've put up as the Surgical Assessment and Planning Unit. To start off with, I'd like to say thank you to Peggy Brown and Lee Martin for nominating me for the award, and I'm delighted that two people who I feel are awe-inspiring every day thought that I was worthy of coming up here for an award. To my family and friends who have always given me fantastic support in everything I do, and in particular my two beautiful daughters, Shannon and Kayla, who I commute from Sydney every week, and I have been doing that for the last 5 years, and they support me and they understand my need to promote patient-focused care, and they support me in absolutely everything I do. To my best friend Kerry, who is one of the most inspirational women I know and one of the best nurses I know, she constantly tells me that she taught me everything I know, so we had a conversation before I come up here. If I won, I have to share the award with her. I work with an amazing and talented team of people at the ACT Health Directorate, without who I would not be standing here today to accept this award. We saw an issue and identified a problem and worked together to come up with a solution that provided outstanding benefits for the patients. And the innovation that I'm talking about is our Surgical Assessment and Planning Unit. And in hospitals, you'll know that we have an acronym for absolutely everything, just so that we can confuse you when you're speaking to us. So I'll refer to the Assessment and Planning Unit as the SAPU. So we opened that unit in September last year, and the idea of that was to reduce the waiting times for patient and get them to care in a reasonable time frame. So while non-critically ill surgical patients traditionally waited in the emergency department for initial assessment, the SAPU expedites their transfer to a specialist surgical unit to avoid bottlenecks before they form. It was developed as a part of the ACT Health Government's Your Health, Our Priority infrastructure program, and SAPU has dramatically improved the patient experience and makes the system more efficient. This unit has enabled us to free the emergency beds, to provide better access to patients for emergency surgical care in a more timely manner. We reduced the emergency department length of stay for surgical patients, and we've increased the surgical capacity for the elective throughput. But the most important benefit to me has been the opportunity to dramatically improve the patient journey. I'd like to thank the Health Minister and the Chief Minister, Katie Gallagher, who throughout my 5 years here has always had absolute faith and belief in the ACT Health Directorate and has given us many opportunities and allowed us to implement this unit. I'm very proud to work for ACT Health because it takes all our team together, and that's from the Gardener all the way through to the Minister for Health and the Director General to make your health our priority. I would like to tell you that I have, for the last 29 years of my life, had the privilege of being a registered nurse and to do what I love and what I'm most passionate about every day of my life, and that's caring for the patients. So when I get out of bed every day, I know I'm coming to work to have an impact on a patient's life, which has got to be the most important thing I've ever done. It is the most vulnerable time in a patient's life when they come through the doors of the hospital for whatever reason. As a nurse, I've been privileged to share special moments in a patient's life, whether they be joyous, such as the birth of the child, or to help with the patient's journey if they come in for whatever reason, or to sit by the bedside when a patient dies. Whatever the reason they're in hospital for, I have shared some of the most intimate and personal stories, and I've shared their fears and triumphs, and I've always handled it with dignity, and I've never been complacent about the role that I play in their life. And at the time, I never forget how privileged I am to share these moments. I believe that the most important skill that I bring to ACT Health is my communication skills, not that you know with the amount of mistakes I've made in this speech, and the ability that I have to engage with both patients and staff. And I never lose sight of why I began the journey in the first place, and that is to have the patient at the centre of my world and the centre of every decision that I make. Thank you again to Nokia and Telstra for giving me this prestigious award. Thank you.
Well done.